Good morning, everyone. It's Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo here on an early Sunday morning, and I've been reading through the comments of my Elite Dangerous to the Eyes of a Star Citizen video, and God, there's some passionate people there about the games they play. But predominantly, people are like, yes, both games are good, Star Citizen's going to be better, which is exactly what I said, but a lot of people don't realize that Elite Dangerous is going through a evolution itself, starting off with very basic gameplay, and in the coming months to the coming couple of years, there's going to be additions including better multiplayer, much more effort, much more thought, much more design or development being put into wing missions, into squadrons, which I don't even know what squadrons are yet, and the ability for squadrons, which I would expect squadrons to be small player groups like orgs and Star Citizen, but squadrons to get squadron ships called fleet carriers, which you can move throughout the galaxy and use as a home port. They're also going to flesh out the ships for the Alliance. Right now, there are faction ships for the Imperial or Empire and for the Federation, but they seem to be getting into doing the same thing for the Alliance over the next year. And we've seen a couple of ships, the Crate and the Chieftain, and I can't wait to see what else is there. So there's a lot to do in Elite Dangerous. With all the cool things that are going to be coming out in the next year, I probably should have waited a year to do this video, but I don't think I need to. Let me have a sip of my tea. I think there's so much good going on in the game now that I benefited a lot from doing a new start in my original character just about, I'd say about 4 months ago. And I thought this is my utility character. This is Cosmic Cat. I do role play them like in my mind. Cosmic Cat and Batgirl, both in Star Citizen and here in Elite Dangerous, are sisters. And I could talk about the role play aspect as time goes on. But right now, I want to start the game. So here we are at the start screen. Okay, and this is a couple of menu items in already. And I just want to talk about this over here. You have 3 different ways to join the game. Open play, private groups, and solo play. Open play is all out PvP style action. I mean, you're not always going to have PvP. There are going to be some people that are pirates that are going to go and kill you, but in all sincerity, open play is a way to play with everybody. It's like not one big shard like Eve, but it's one big giant galaxy that people get to play in instances. So there is a more likelihood of you getting shot out of the sky by another human being, or shot out of the black by another human being in open play. Private group is still a way to multiplay, but now you can get your friends and acquaintances, and maybe if you're a YouTuber, you can get your viewers into a session where you could have some fun without either taking over the system or I don't know. It's like you could do it without having to worry about being stream sniped as a streamer. You could do it without having people ruin your own personal event or private event that you're putting together, but you're still playing in the same galaxy, just in a way that you and your friends are there and you're not going to have other people jump you. And solo play, you're just playing alone in the same galaxy, so still affecting the same universe, but in a place where all you're going to see are NPCs besides yourself. Now, while I'm not a big proponent of me playing an open play just yet, during these videos, while I'm taking you through this wonderful start of my brand new character, Cosmic Cat, we're going to stay in the private group, which I've called Cosmic Cat, and this is where we're going to live. And that way, if we ever have events, I could invite y'all in to play with me. Alright, we are at the main, well, we're in a hangar, underground, under this planet, in a starport called Baker's Prospect. And I'm going to take a few minutes, and I'm going to create my commander, and I will come back to you. I'll give you a brief overview of it. It's called Hollow Me. Right now, it's very indiscriminate, but I'm going to go and I'm going to personalize my own young lady, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, and this is the completed Hollow Me for Cosmic Cat. It might change over time. You could have multiple slots, multiple looks, multiple outfits, but this is what I'm going to go with for now. She's a xenoanthropologist, and I wanted her to have more of a science look about her. And right now, the only real spacesuit I have is the white one. Could buy some others, but I'm going to go with this one. We're going to go back now. We're going to go back to the main menu, and you'll see your Hollow Me up there from now on. That is Cosmic Cat. So that took me all of about 5 or 10 minutes. So let's talk about these screens. You have a left screen. You have a right screen. So left is going to be navigation and pretty much how you contact or see different things like inventories of the ships that you might be pirating, the targets of the ships or sub-targets of the ships that you might be trying to kill, contacts in the area, transactions are your missions, and of course we have a mission right now to go to Dahan Gateway. We'll take that in just a few minutes. Over here to the right, you have your status, and I'm going to say this is pretty much status from left to right. Status of you and your rank and your reputation and your ship cost and rebuy, status of the modules that you have, fire groups, of course, over here, need that to be done too, your inventory and your functions, and we'll talk about functions and all of that a little bit later. I just want to give you a rundown. You can change your Hollow Me anytime you want. There's no restrictions on that I know of right now. And engineers, these are the people you go to modify, tune, and overclock different parts of your ship. Remember, there's always a rock, paper, scissors effect when you do any of those. So do choose wisely. I'll give you, for instance, a lot of my ships are exploration ships. If I go in and tune my ships for exploration. I'm going to be lightening the load or lessening the mass of a lot of different products, which in turn is going to give me a greater jump range, but may decrease the integrity of those modules. So do be careful about what you do. Remember that everything that is going to give you a benefit is going to give you some or a few minor liabilities. So there are also two other menus. There's an upper menu which gives you your contacts up here, where I can talk to people in the system, join multi-crew ships, add friends, see a history of what's going on, and see what kind of mission items are being sent to me. Alright, pretty awesome up here. Alright, so we come back down, and on the bottom you have, if you have a fighter bay or an SRV bay, which we do get in this ship because we have the Horizons package, you'll see some items down here. I'll see things about myself and things about the nice little SRB that I have. So that's a pretty basic overview of what we're looking at. I'm going to starport services. You always start here. And commodities market is where you buy and sell trade goods, missions, pick up missions or passengers. This is for mission running, and this is if you want to be the captain of the love boat. You can deck out your ship, make it a passenger carrier or like a cruise ship, and well, go pick up people and fly them to where they want to go. Contacts important. Authority contacts are where you're going to get fines taken care of, or bounties and dividends and intel packages that will give you money. And of course, combat bonds. If you go into combat areas and you start killing ships of the other faction, you can make some money. Black market, self-explanatory. Search and rescue we'll talk about a little bit later. Alright, missions. We have to go to Dahan. Let's see how many of these are going to go to Dahan. Right off the bat, not many. Off the bat, not many. They're going to send us anywhere but Dahan. Oh, there's one, and it's going to be a planetary landing one, but we'll take it anyway. Landing is an important part of the game. Here's another one. None of these are giving us anything but stuff that we could sell at the other end. Let's go over here. Nothing. Over here. There's another 2,000 credits. See this one, available missions. Anything? There's a Dahan one. And we might be flying all over Dahan. I don't know yet. I haven't checked and seen which places in Dahan we're going to go to. I just know we're going to the Dahan system, so I'm going to stack up with as many missions there as possible. Now there is something called board hopping. If I get out, go to the main menu over here. Each one of these starts, open play, private group, solo play, is a different start in the same galaxy, a different instance in the same galaxy. So if you jump between boards, a new board is going to be created for you, mission board that is, so you can go through that mission board. So you can go through, keep going through the three. We're going to go through this once and once only, so once for each one, and pick up more jobs to Dahan. If this is the type of gameplay that you want, you could do this until you have 20 missions. I think that if I did that to you here, I would be driving you guys crazy, but we're going to get quite a number of missions going to Dahan here, and hopefully make a little bit of money in our first run. I'm not a big proponent about doing this. I say play the game, don't min-max, but I want to be able to show you each and every way that you can do this. So we're going to do one more. Save and exit. We're going to go into open play now, and then we're going to finish that one and then go back into my private group. So we're going into the instance for here. For open play, starport services, mission board, and you would never know to do this early in the start. This might just give you a little bit of a head start. Okay, nothing for Dahan. Nothing for Dahan. You think they caught on to us? I think they might have caught on to us. Yeah, nothing for Dahan in any of these. How about that? They don't like us. Alright, so it looks like we might be able to go as soon as we get back, but if we go into my private group once more, start private group and Cosmic Cat. Alright, we're just going to look one more time before we go. We shouldn't see anything here, but if we do, it's a bonus. Yeah, it did reconstruct it, so we'll just take a quick gander in here. And I think we are ready to go. What do you think? Now, requirements not met. That's why I'm not going to the bottom. We have to get more reputation with these people before we can get more missions with them. And they caught on to me quick. Nothing else going to Dahan. We're good to go. Now we're going to use our left menu over here, go into navigation, move over to this list and drop down, and we can get to Dahan that way. We could also get to Dahan by opening up the galaxy map, looking for it, or going over here and typing it in. Dahan is right there. The last way that we could do this is we could actually go into transactions, pick one of these that are going to Dahan, go to open galaxy map, and it will open it and highlight the system, the target system. So we're going to click on it. When you get here, you could actually see the map, and you could see we have to go to 3 different places. So when we get to Dahan, we'll probably go to the far one first, and then these two. But what's the far one called? We'll check it. Far one is called Dahan 3 Metalworks, Dahan Gateway, and Smithy's Claim. So we'll probably go 1, 2, and end it here, and that's where we'll end this particular video, the beginning of Cosmic Cat's career. So let's get going. Now there are some things that I can do along the way, and we'll talk about that once we get in the air, but first I have to do my pre-flight check, which you only do the first time that you are going to leave the starport for your career. So you only have to go through this once. It's just so you could get acquainted with where your controls are, and just make sure you are going through each and every one of these, and there we go. Everything is honky-dory. Alright, so we are go for departure. We're going to lift straight up with our vertical thrusters, and then we're just going to point ourselves skyward. We're going to pull up the cargo scoop I accidentally put out, and we're going to put all our pips. If you look all the way to the right, you'll see a speeding, fuel, mass lock, landing gear, cargo scoop area. Right next to it is our power pips. Those power bars, we could manage to either even power. I have a hat switch on my joystick. I used to even it by pulling straight back, go right, I go to weapons, go left, I go to systems, go up, I go to engines. Okay, we have broken mass lock at this point. So I'm going to point up to about 90 degrees, and I'm going to start my super cruise. So I'm going to put my frame shift drive, which either goes into system jump or super cruise, into super cruise. Alright, so we're in super cruise, and we're going to try to climb out of the gravity well of this particular planet. This planet had a, oh wow, this was a 1.21 G planet, so a little bit more mass than Earth. See if we can get, yeah, we have to get above the horizon. So I'm going to keep us at about 50 to 60, about 60. And then I'm going to look down. Now the Sidewinder has a wonderful canopy because you can see forever. The bars in it are just a little bit annoying, but the canopy itself is cool. Now we haven't talked anything about the ship. I think that's how we're going to end this video in the end, but this is the Sidewinder. It's a throwback to the original Elite from 1984. And unlike Star Citizen, where all ship designs have to be pretty, they take a more realistic approach to ship design, and a wedge design is actually much more efficient. And since it doesn't have to fly in atmosphere in this game, and there will be atmospheric flight in this game at some point, and ships will be built for that, but since it doesn't have to fly in atmosphere, the wedge itself is a very utilitarian design. It offers a lot of internal space, and it offers a lot of weapon placement. So it is probably something that would be more likely to exist in real life than something that looks like an aircraft in space. Still, the fidelity and the beauty of the ships in Star Citizen far surpasses the ships here until recently. It looks like the new ships they're building are upping the game to be more Star Citizen-ish. We have jumped into what they call witch space, which is the space you occupy when you're jumping between star systems. So we come out flying right into a planet, and we just had a couple of updates to our missions, so we're going to come over here and see. We have a time bonus, which we want to make sure, that's an hour and 5 minutes, we'll be fine there. And this one is 16 minutes, and this one is the one that we have to look for. So we're going to look over here and see which one has 16 minutes on it. That one's an hour and 5 minutes. This is the one that we want to go to, so we want to go to Nelson Works, and we're going to get it 37,500. So let's go find where Nelson Works is. Nelson Works, was that on the ground over here? Smithy's Claim, Dante's, Dahan 3 Metalworks. That was Nelson Works. Am I right about that being Nelson Works? It says Nelson Works. Does that not say Nelson Works? Nelson Works in the Dahan system. What am I missing, guys? Down here we have Smithy's Claim, right? So we're going to look over here and see. Is Nelson Works on this planet? Oh, it is. Nelson Works is on that planet. That's where we're going. Alright, so we've got to go to that planet quickly. So we're going to go... I've got to zoom in and see which planet it's on. It's actually on that planet. And we're going to go there. Okay, let's get going. We only have 16 minutes to get there, and we can make some extra cash. So we're going. So you need to manage your throttle. So if you look at the circle in the center, that's a perspective radar, and the lines will tell you if something's above or below you. On the left you have your heat. So the left arc is your heat, the right arc is your speed and throttle settings. Manage your throttle so it's always below the top of the arc, and you'll probably not going to overfly the particular place that you're pointing at. Overflying costs valuable time, especially in these get there quick scenarios. Okay, and landing on a planet is already going to take a... Oh, we got a signal source. That is an important thing for us to look at. So signal sources are going to give us different types of... like that's a convoy dispersal pattern. We really don't care about that at this game. We don't have the weapons to take on a convoy, and I really just don't want to go there just yet. So I'm going to lock my destination back on Nelson Works, fly towards it, and hopefully when we're flying out of Nelson Works and off into the distance, we will find a couple of signal sources that give us something fun to do. Now over here in functions, they do serve a purpose, and I'm going to turn orbit lines on, which pretty much give me an idea of what's orbiting what. And this obviously is a moon orbiting that planet right over there. What is that planet's name? I can't really get it in my sights. There it is. It's Hathor. Is that a Greek or is that a Egyptian god? I think it might be an Egyptian. Alright, here's the perfect one. As long as it's one, I think we could get in and out of here in just a couple of minutes. And weapon fire detected, especially when it's one, it's going to be a encounter, a instance encounter. It's only going to exist for a few minutes. Click on it, fly towards it, and when you get within 1 to 5 million, 1 to 5 million meters, I think that's what it is, 1 to 5 million meters, you'll be able to drop out of, I guess it's quantum space, hyperspace, frame shift drive, and you'll be able to drop into an instance where you can take on whatever is in that instance. In this case, it should be just a ship in there with possibly a local authority ship in there, like police or navy. There's another one that just popped out over there. You see it? See it? And that one is Combat Aftermath. So Combat Aftermath gives you a couple things to pick up. I'm not going to go into that one. You might be able to pick up black boxes. You might be able to pick up ship parts. You might be able to pick up the stuff that they were carrying. I flew right by that because I was talking to you. I apologize to you for that, folks. But Combat Aftermath is going to be a simple drop in and pick something up. Here, we are going to go shoot things up. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to assess the situation and see who's here. So far we've got Caffeine, who's a novice, and they're wanted. And then we have an Asp Explorer, and they're clean. So that guy's wanted. And I think I'm going to put weapons into here, and he's a novice, so I might be able to take him. We're going to come around. He's flying away. Somebody's firing at him. So I'm going to fire at him. And we took down his shields, and we don't really have the power distributor to keep our weapons charged for long. This is an early game evasive maneuver that they go through. It's the spiral of death. And his shields are coming back up. We're going to try to close the distance, get our pips back into weapons, and try to just take him down. Now at this point you can go into subsystems and you can target something. And what would you target? I would target his, let's see, what can we target? Let's say we target his drive. Okay? So I'm going to fly in a circle, hopefully get him to fire at me. If he fires at me, system authorities will come. He ain't firing at me, but we're going to try to take down his drive then. Usually people shoot for the power plant. I just don't want him flying away, that's all. So we're going to try to take down that drive. And we're probably going to kill him before we take out his drive. We just don't have the pips to, or the power in our weapons to actually do anything bad to this guy. And this is going to be a long fight because we are in a much more underpowered ship than he is, but he's a novice, so he doesn't know that he can kick our butt pretty quickly. Viper's a pretty badass fighter in the hands of a good fighter pilot. Alright. Let's keep it going. And you see we're taking down his spaceship more than we're taking down the module that we targeted. That's mainly because we just don't have, like I said, the pips to keep the firing up. There we go. Alright. Now, on big ships, you would go to the power plant. And the power plant is usually right dead center. And it's usually the easier thing to hit. And with us hitting the power plant, when the power plant is done, everything goes offline. And it's pretty much a sitting target, and then when the power plant blows up, usually takes out the ship. I've seen it on bigger ships not actually take out the whole ship once or twice in my life. I think it was a minor issue. It might take us 21 minutes to kill this guy. I don't know. Let's see. He's going through the spiral again. We're going to try to catch up to him by boosting. Now we have gimbaled weapons, which will try to keep him in our sights. Let's get our weapons charged. See, they become a little bit more aggressive when they have shields, and they'll come back towards you. And saving up your... There you go, we got him. Now we're going to let him blow up. Let him blow up. Boom. And now he should have dropped some things. Let's see what he dropped. He dropped, a couple of good things. Chemical processors are going to come in handy later. I'm going to show you what you can do when this happens. You essentially start a brand new mini game, which is going to be pick up the items on your radar. And you fly towards them. To the left of the heat meter, right above or right in the same spot that the holographic target indicator is, you will get this little box that will show you your approach, and you keep the crosshairs, not your pips, but the crosshairs, not your reticle, but your crosshairs in the center, and you should be able to pick things up. Now when you're flying, remember you have vertical and lateral thrusters too. See how I'm going up and down? And that way you can fly towards things a little bit quicker. I don't need my weapons out for doing this, so I will put them away. And this guy was not a good guy, so the police did not come when we took him. And these will all come in handy later on when we start working with engineers. They do not take up your cargo space, because if they did, nobody would ever partake in this part of the game. And right now we're going to go back to Nelson Works, and we should have just a few minutes left to get there. We will bolt in that direction. It's only 1.78 light seconds away. You should be able to get there in the next 4 minutes. It said it would take us 33 days. 33 days, ha ha ha. Frame shift drive. Now, planetary approaches, I am no expert at this game, but I'm giving you what I've learned about it, why I like it. So here's the planetary approach. A Dahan Gateway, the last one we have to go to, is right there. We will come back to that one later. And I'm just going to go, I like flying without orbit lines on. I just think the world looks prettier when you do that. Or the galaxy does. Okay, let's get in here. Remember what I said about managing your throttle as you approach things. So 19 million meters. This is going to be a much smaller world than what we were on before. We are going to bypass that signal source. And just a reminder, we did get 17,000 credits for killing that pirate, that wanted person. Yeah, it is a very lucrative profession being a bounty hunter. Early on in the game, at least. Late game, I think getting yourself a cutter at the very end and just becoming a trader, you can make tons of money. Exploration is what this character is going to do. She's going to work herself from a Sidewinder to an adder to a Asp Explorer to possibly after that... Oh wait, no, to a Diamondback Explorer. We're going to do the Diamondback Explorer. After that, a Python possibly. And then an Anaconda. Maybe in the meantime, because she is Imperial, she'll maybe she'll get a she'll get some other ships in the meantime. Uh-oh. Did we miss that one? Was it really 16 minutes? That says we have 2 minutes. I think we're going to get down to it pretty fast. Alright, so there we are. And I need to get there quick. So I'm going to boost my way towards it. We're below 7.5 kilometers, so I'm going to contact them, request docking, and that's where we're going, right over there. This is only a 0.03 G world. Okay, this is like you could jump and probably launch yourself into orbit off of this planet, this moon. So we're going to 4 over there, and how do you know where to land or what configuration to take? The number is always going to be facing forward, so, or on the forward facing part of it, so you want to come around the back side of it and enter from there. Okay, hopefully we make this in. Alright, this is a rushed approach because it's a timed. Good, we got it, perfect, we made that extra money. So we're going to go right to the mission board because we have a timed. Come on, get it open. We have timed missions here, 2 timed missions. So this first one gave us an extra. See, we got 42K from it because we got extra money for that. And this next one over here got us 14,000. So that one got us an extra 12,500. Alright, so we got some extras. Let's see if anyone gave us like any free stuff, or if there's anything that we picked up that we could sell. There shouldn't be. Some missions are going to give you things that you could sell. These were not them. Before you do anything though, the first thing you should always do, unless you're on a time mission, is refuel all. I'm going to go to my contacts. I'm going to get my 17,800. And I have 75K to actually spend right now. So at this point, I'm going to bring us down into the outfitting hangar and just give you a very brief overview of what you do with outfitting your ship. Your ship is broken down into 4 or 5 different categories of items that you could upgrade. Hard points are your weapons. Utility are the mounts that are going to give you ECM. Do they have any here? There it is. Chaff launchers, ECM. Experimental. What the hell is experimental? Xeno scanner. Shit. Thargoids. That will be good. Heatsink launchers, manifest scanners, point defense. You get the idea. These become very important. And they do eat up a little bit of your ship, but I'm going to take a chaff launcher just because. What else could I take? Is there anything else there that I can use? I think the only thing I would really want there would be a. The only other thing I would want there would be a kill warrant scanner, which they don't have. So hard points and utility mounts, again weapons, and you get the gist of what utility mounts are. So this is the ship's main internal modules. That's what it says, core internal. So it's going to be your power plant, your thrusters, your frameshift drive, life support, sensors, all that type of stuff. The key here is you can't change the type of module that's in there, but you could change the quality of the module in there. Okay? You could also go down sizes, but not up sizes. So at this particular point in time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade my power plant to a C because I don't have enough for an A, and I want to get a couple of things. So that, and the biggest thing that I could upgrade right now is going to be my power distributor, and I'm going to take that. Okay. Before this, there was a 0 credit repurchase cost of this ship because the ship is loaned to you from the Pilots Federation. As I start adding things to it, the repurchase cost is going to go up. You can see the insurance cost now in the lower, on the far right. Says it's 1,477 if I get shot down. Alright, I'm going to browse store. I do not have thrusters I could purchase. Frameshift drive, I should be able to get a C here, and I will. I've taken a C in that one too. There goes my cost up a little bit more. And I really can't do anything else, but I really should. I wish I could do my thrusters, but it looks like nobody ever has thrusters. Nobody does. They have the A's, but I don't have 160. Alright, optional internal. This is where you differentiate your ship from everybody else's, or for the missions you want to fly. You could pretty much take any ship, almost any ship, and make it do almost any type of mission. But, you know, you're not going to go take a Type 7 and make it a cargo ship, and you're not going to go take a Sidewinder and make it, a Type 7 and make it a fighter, and take a Sidewinder and make it a cargo ship. It's just not going to work. Though you could try, and you can be minorly successful, potentially. But here, the only thing I want to do is I just want to up my shield generator, and I can't afford any of these. Look at this. Item is already there. E, B, we don't have enough money, and they don't have a C for us, so we really didn't have anything that we can do here except for the things that we've already done. Basic discovery scanner, I'm going to say this once and once only. Oh, sorry, I shall say this only once. Right now, we only have enough for the $1,000 one. We own it, right? That's it, the 1,000 credit one. And this has a active range of 1,000 light seconds, which means it's not really a great discovery scanner, but it does its job okay. As you move up, the next one in line is 1,000, and then the next one after that is infinite, and the most expensive one is the one I would point everybody to. But we're not going to be in this ship that long. I just wanted to make it a better ship to take on the masses. So it says our fire groups are off, but they're really not. I'm going to put 2 in here, so we have our chaff launcher out. Okay, and we're going to go see if we have any internal or intra system, not inter-system. T and uranium, we're not going to do that. Nothing there. Oh, we could donate to the cause. Not really going to give up my money right now. Sorry about that. Ooh, Skimmer mission, but I'm not sure if that's going to be at a harmless. They say harmless. 3 century skimmers and harmless. Alright, if they want you to be harmless, I think that's going to be a pretty easy one to do. We're going to take it, and we'll do that one. Industry needs. Dahan, industry needs. Nope. Industry needs. These are all. Dahan seems to be bring us stuff. All in. No illegal black box missions. Commodities. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're done. We're going to take off. We're going to go out to the outer reaches of this system, which is going to be out here to Dahan 3 Metalworks. And I shall be right back.
This celestial force takes a zero tolerance approach to criminal activity.
Mic on.
So I took a brief break there. We're going to lock onto Dahan 3 and we're going to launch. Now at this point we have a little bit better ship, so we should be able to fire a little bit longer on our prey. We have a little bit more power. a little bit better frame shift drive, which will only mean that we could go a little bit further. And again, I'm not going to deck out the system too much. I'm going to make sure that I have enough of a jump in the system, or not. I'm not going to update this ship too much. I'm going to make sure I make it just good enough to make enough money to get the next ship in line. Next ship in line is going to be the Adder, and I'll show you why when we get there. Now, there's so many ships in the game that you really... there are some that are better at certain things, like a Type 9 is always going to be a great ship to work towards for your cargo career, with the ultimate one being at the very end of that line, being the Cutter, which sounds like the Cutter would be more of a combat ship, but it's got it's like the pinnacle of cargo ships. And if you take a look at the internal storage capabilities or possibilities of that ship, you'll understand. But the Hauler could be made into a mini Explorer, so could the Adder. You can go for a Cobra, you can go for a Viper and try to be either in the Cobra you can be something like a pirate or a smuggler, and the Viper a bounty hunter. I mean, there's so many things that you can do. And I like that they have a nice diversity of ships at this particular point in time. In the beginning, yeah, it was just like there seemed to be like this perfect ship for everything that you were going to do when Elite first started, but now there's a very diverse number of ships for you to go through. Now, you will see certain people telling you, you know, you got to go from this ship to that ship to this ship, and all I'm going to say is, don't worry about it. Don't try to min-max. Try to play the game the way that you want to. I have a friend that they're just trying to get through the game by doing things like cargo runs. They're not trying to min-max. They're not trying to get through the content. There is content here, and we will talk about that later. But they are doing an amazing job at just doing it for their own. Ooh, let's see that weapon fire one. The weapon fire one is important to me right now because I want to be able to make some extra cashola. There's only one there, and this is where we're going to find out how well we just decked out this ship. So we come in here. Oh god, we have a Federal assault ship. How stupid was that? He is a novice. Who else is here? It's Type 7 transport. There should be 3 people here. Oh, there we go. Georgia Styles, mostly harmless. He's by himself. We could probably take this guy on. Weapons out. Now, I wish I had my thrusters updated because then I'd be able to keep up with this guy. But where's the Federal assault ship? That's the guy I gotta worry about. I'm not gonna go after him. At least not yet. He could eat me for dinner. You see how I can actually keep my weapons on him and my charge is higher, and I can keep firing at him. It's a much better than it was before. Alright, let's get that weapon charged up as we get closer. And let's just keep on him. Yeah. Let's get this guy out. That Federal gunship or whatever dropship, he could tear me apart, and there's no way I'm going to go after him right now. Now, if I had A-rated my power distributor, which is what I would do for any combat ship, I'd be able to keep this pretty much on indefinitely with these tiny little... I guess they're more like pop guns than anything else. Alright. I can't take you doing the spiral thing. He's going to come out of the spiral like he did before. And we need better thrusters because we need our maneuverability. But, you know, this is your starter ship, nothing else. get closer again. Now, if I knew that he was going to be hitting me, I'd have pips into my systems. Alright, we've got this guy. He's going to go real quick now. And he is gone. Bam. Boom. I think that was 16,000, but let's see what this guy's doing. If he is... Oh, he's scanning us. We're out of here. See you later, buddy. He could take us out real quick, but I'm not going to deal with him because I don't think I could take him right now. And I don't want to find out if I could take him right now. Alright, we're going to Dahan 3, Metalworks. Alright, and we got to turn around. We got a mission in the meantime, so we're going to look up here. Delivery bonus, 12,500. We still have a time bonus, and how long do we have for that one? 35 minutes. Oh, this is going to be a long video, but we will cut it down a tiny bit if we can. Alright, so the first video of my series is always going to be long because there's a little bit of teaching, and I take a little bit more attention to going into those unidentified signal sources. And I also want to do a varied type of missions. So you see, just by shooting up a couple of things, we made way over 30,000 credits. Or not way over. We made over 30,000 credits shooting 2 ships up. We also are 11% into our next rank in our combat rank. Alright. And we're back up to 28k. We're going to be turning in another 16. That's 30. That's 44k. That's good. Here's another one. If it's a encoded emissions detected, let's go in there. I'll show you what these are. Normally those are going to be parts for engineers. Okay, so we're going to go in there, and normally there isn't going to be any kind of a fight going on in there. It's going to be something totally different. So since this is on the way, I'm going to stop in here real quick just to give you an idea of what these are. Now you get degraded emissions, you get high-grade emissions, you get encoded emissions, and I forget what the other one is, but you get quite a number of these different ones, and each one has different materials that can spawn inside of it, and it's all based on RNG. It's random what's going to spawn in there, but you still have to farm them, so you take a little bit of a look at them every time you go through a system and you see them. In the beginning, just stop, see what's in there, pick up the items, and potentially they're going to help you down the road. Now, I'm only going to do this one. The only other time I'm going to stop with 35 minutes left to make this delivery is going to be for blowing things up, because blowing things up is fun. And this is... Oh, we have good... Oh, high density compound. Oh, we got good stuff here. We do have good stuff here. Okay. It's probably going to be useful a little bit later down the road. The only time these are a bitch to pick up is when they're in orbit, because they're always falling away from you and it's harder to line up. And also, if you're in bigger ships, they tend to be a little bit hard to get to. In bigger ships, just bring a collector limpet controller and bring some lipids, and you'll always be able to pick these things up. Alright. Okay. And we'll just pick these things up. This is free stuff, not free money though, because none of this stuff could be sold. It's all materials for the in-game type of crafting, which is just overclocking, modding, overpowering different systems. Alright. Engineering, my friends, engineering. Alright. I really need new thrusters, and then we'll be done with this ship and be able to get through. But you see how much better combat went just by upgrading the power distributor. That's why I always go for that first. Because... And we should we? No, we don't have that. Day on 3, Metalworks. Lock and load. And here we go. We're 1,287 light seconds away. Take us a year to get there. Hope you guys have a year to watch us. Alrighty, so Day Hunt 3 Metalworks is in our sights. And we're moving and grooving smoothly through the universe. And we picked our fight there. I know there's some combat pilots that would have been able to take this ship and take that federal gunship. I'm not that person. I don't feel confident without getting my upgraded thrusters and my upgraded shields to be able to outmaneuver the giant ship. And he's got so many weapons on it, my shields would melt away like a... well, they would have melted away really fast. Alright, there's another threat 1. And I'm going to stop there just because we're going to need money. And we're going to need money for my foray into buying a new ship, an adder. Okay. Exploration, I think, is probably the most fulfilling part of this game and the least exciting to watch for some people, because some people just want you to be blowing things up. But I think there's so much going on in this game that if I continue to do things in spurts, a little bit of exploration, a little bit of cargo running, a little bit of bounty hunting, a little bit of smuggling, I think I will show each and every person all the fun that you could have. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go towards exploration, because I want there to be a contrast between these videos I'm doing and videos I'll be doing for that next year after they upgrade the whole system. I absolutely think that this game is wonderful, and obviously when Star Citizen 3.0 comes out I'll be playing it a lot less, but I won't be giving it up. I think 3.0 is going to steal the bulk of my time doing the testing, but I really don't want to be that person that plays through all the content in alpha and beta. I want Star Citizen to reveal its true mysteries and secrets to me as the game comes out. You know, after the game comes out. That's why I'm not really big with seeing what Squadron 42 is about, because I really want to, and I want to encounter that and love that for what it is. Okay, what do we got here? We've got an Asp Explorer, which is usually bad, and we have, ooh, that's the Type 9 Heavy. That is the pinnacle, not the pinnacle, but one of the biggest cargo ships in the game right now. The Asp Explorer, they always make these the bad guys. And he's mostly harmless. Yeah, they always make these guys the bad guy. Who's the other guy? Can we get him to fire on us? I don't know who the other guy is, but we've got a... There's a couple of other people here. I'm hoping that they're Alliance police or something. Oh, it's a Diamondback scout. Oh, he's wanted. I'll take him out. I'll pop him like those little popper things. Okay. Alright, so flight assist off. All pips into it. Okay, we're gonna pop this guy. See you later. Go through your spiral of death. Go on. Yeah, you are a little bit too far from me. And we got you closer now. Okay, lift. Come on. Keep it going. I'm down to 50, 40. It's like the Type 9 is firing at him. I don't know why he was taking on a Type 9 without shields. It was kind of stupid. Usually they're pretty decked out with turrets and stuff. And Type 9s might be a big... I think they call it the cow. But they are a force to be reckoned with in the hands of a good pilot and a good build. I see multi-cannons going over him. So he dead, 11k. We had some help there. Galvanizing. No, we're not going to take that out. I want to see this other dude if he's still around. It says there's things in that direction. There he is. That's the other guy I want to get. I want to see if we can actually get this dude. And if we can get around, because I think he'll be worth more money than the scout was. Diamondback scout. Let's see if we can keep him in our sights and take him out. Let's see what he's going to be like. His shields went down. He's going to be hard to kill. He's got some good shielding there. But we're peppering him. Now, at some point, I usually get rid of one of these pulse lasers and go with one pulse laser, one multi-cannon. I haven't jumped into that piece to do that yet. Oh, it looks like he might have bi-weave shields up. Bi-weave shields are the C-class shields. They are very quick to recharge, but as you can see, don't have a lot of power to them. Alright, let's keep this guy dying. I wonder what kind of module damage we're doing to him. See if we could hit him. Nope. Did we get in front of him? Yeah, we did. We hit him. So we were trying to get him hit. His shields are offline. He's hurt. He's going down quick. And there are people helping us, which I believe might be the police. They are. See? Police came and jumped right in. Boom. 23k. Alright, we're out of here. And since we're not carrying anything illegal, since we're not doing anything illegal, we did well. Alright, let's go get this. Let's go get these items delivered. I'm probably giving up a lot of materials. Yeah, look at this. All this stuff I'm giving up. Focus crystals. Let's grab the focus crystals. What the hell, right? How far are they? 1.79 kilometers away. You go faster when your cargo scoop is put away, and then you'll slow down. Let's see what we can get. You gotta be very careful. You don't want to hit something when it's purple or red in real life. There you go. I think we did well here. I'm just gonna get the galvanized alloys and jump. Yeah, I don't really need this stuff right now because we'll probably focus on unlocking what's her name again? Well, the two main beginning people and engineers are going to be Elvira Martuk and Felicity Farseer. We'll focus on getting them done. Essentially, we have to go 300 light years away from our current position, or travel 300 light years from our start for her. And for her, you got to do, you got to get Scout. Okay, so we could probably do that pretty quickly. All right, let's get to our navigation here and lock in Dayon 3 Metalworks and get going. We're only 51.5 light seconds away. Four minutes? Oh, God. Alright, now there's no stopping. We just got to get there as quickly as possible. Now we're going to be landing on an outpost, and the outpost landing is, it's not that hard. I'll show you. I know that we've done this before in this episode, but it feels like it was so long ago. We're just going to keep ourselves pointed at it and make sure we manage our throttle as we get closer. It should only be another minute and a half before we actually reach it. 4 minutes. Wow, that was a... come on. Oh, getting into the gravity well of that planet a little bit. Alright, come on, stay out of the gravity well of that planet, and we should be fine. Alright, whoa. Really? Really? Who's stopping me? A mostly harmless Imperial Eagle. Well, you know what? I think the benefits... I think we might be able to make more money from killing this Imperial Eagle than we would have from getting that bonus anyway. So this guy has to go. Why did you start with me? Eagles pop like like those little popping things that you put inside of packaging. These guys are quick to kill. I mean, they are all speed and pretty much made out of tin. So simple and easy for me to kill, and he should give us about 8 to 10,000. Bam, 4,000. That was a waste of my time. What a waste of my time. It was a waste of my time. What did that guy... See, that was their way of saying, haha, we'll give you something, but not much. But we just killed a couple more, and then we're at 28% towards our next rank. Really don't want to rank up, because then the instances might be affected. Like what you get in an instance might be affected by your rank. Discovered new signal? No, I'm not going for it. Don't put that shiny in front of me when I'm trying to get in land. Alright, we're probably going to lose one of our time bonuses, but that's okay. Just keep engines high. Go to request docking. We're docking on 2. Alright. We're docking on 2. So 2 I think is going to be up here. There it is. There's 2 right there. One more boost towards it should be enough. And slow down. And landing gear out. Vertical thrusters. Slide it in there, girl. Slide it in. Slide it in. Alright, alright. We got here. But we probably lost the time bonus. It's almost definitely sure. Yeah, we were good on that landing. Don't be calling me. Now, I've got a time bonus, so I'm going to hope we made it. Hope we made it. Career job available. Let's see how much we got from this one. 15K. Good job. How about this one? 6K. Not bad. How about this one? We got a couple of things that we could sell. Okay. How about this one? We got the credit for it. Okay. So now we have a couple of things we have to sell in here to make room for what the last guy might give us. So that item was worth 3K. Some of these things you're going to want to keep, especially modular terminals. Never sell them. Just make sure you save them for Marco Quint, because if you sell them early in the game and later in the game you need them, you're going to kill yourself because they never appear. Though I think they are only a reward for people that make certain ranks. I think that's why nobody ever sees them. Alright, back to the mission board. Let's get this done. Come on. This one. This one should be like 10K? 12K. We made both bonuses, so we were doing great. Alright, now we're going to go to the authority contact, which is contacts here. Pick up our 57,000 credits. Okay. And over here, this one has an interstellar. That was the black market. Interstellar factors. In other words, if we had fines somewhere else, there would be a 25% tax levied against us, but he would pay our fines for us. And if we had like bounties that we wanted to collect, but we didn't want to get there, we'd have to give up 25% of that bounty, but he'd give them to us and then go there and collect them for himself. This is pretty much done. Alright, we'll talk about universal cartographers later because we haven't traveled more than 20 light years away from here. So we've got a couple more things to do in this first episode. We have one more type of mission that I want to get to, which is right here, which is at Shira Landing, and Shira Landing is right here. And Shira Landing is just 4.1 million meters away, but it's on a planet, and we're going to go kill some, we're going to go make quick work of some skimmers. They kind of look like drones that you would have today. So let's get away from here. You'll notice that both my engines and my weapons recharge a lot faster now, and my shield should too because of that power distributor. So I can jump more often than I was doing before. Not jump, but boost. Okay, there we go. Let's go make this landing. It's gonna be on the dark side. Ooh. The potential for death is strong in these type of missions. It's because you have to make sure that you pick the ones that are at your level. Later on, these missions you'll do with your ship, not with landing on a planet. So we're going to drop right from space. Alright, there we go. And that's too fast for orbital cruise. And we lost, you're going to see, because we were going too fast when we entered into the planetary gravity well. Look at our hull. It's right below the image of our ship. It says 98%. Also, because we were going too fast when we stopped, you're going to notice that our modules all took a 2% damage. See all that? All those took damage. And that's because we were going way too fast in the end. So at this point, we're kind of stuck here. We're in cooldown for our frameshift drive. We're 104 kilometers away. It's a little bit too far to make it quickly, but I'm going to try. Shira Landing is... I'm going to actually try to charge my frameshift drive and try to make it there. It's going to make me point up at the sky. Watch. Up at the sky. There we go. And I'm going to pull back this time because I want to be able to make it. Okay, 97 kilometers. Now we should go into orbital cruise. There it is. We're in glide. So we could glide down to our destination. We will land there in just a few minutes. Now this one should be a lot easier, but I'm going to turn on my lights. Okay, what did I just do? Turned on my lights, which you can see if I go to the front, my lights are on, see? And yes, somebody's home. Don't make those jokes, folks. Alright. We're 10k away. Alright. And you'll see our lights start to illuminate the area below us. So we're going to try to get down, and all we have to do is go blow some things up over here. We are going to incur a bounty when we do this, because that's just the way they do it. We're dropping out of the sky pretty quickly. We want to get within 2 kilometers, but no closer, because we don't want to be within the effective range of the weapons of that place. Generally, the ones that are not medium or high security are pretty simple to do these missions. If you do a medium and a high security, you really want a very heavy-duty ship, and you want to attack them from the sky. But in this situation, it's all going to be done from the ground. So we got to get into ground effect, 2.3. I'll bring it up to about 1.75. How about that? Let's get down a little bit. And 1.6. I'm good here. Oh no, we're below the horizon, or below his weapons, so I think we could actually just put it down right here. 1.2. I'm going to just squeak closer, ever closer, and put it right up on this hill. 1 kilometer? That's not that far to go. There we go. Now we point down, click on the scarab, and go to deploy. And now we're going to be transferred to our scarab. That's where we are. Now the scarab is a cool little ship. Let's see what it looks like. And that's what it looks like. Alright, the ship got in the way. Let's go this way. Is the light on? The light's on now. Okay, good. Alright, so I can move around it if you want me to. Gravelly voice, something I just have to deal with because of the stuff I went through. And the light does put lens flare on this, but there is... My God, I can't... I've got to work on my my skills at moving my camera around. That is Cosmic Cat in the Scarab. Let's turn off the lights for a second. It'll be easier to see inside. Yeah, she's got shields, but absolutely no armor. This thing looks kind of like a spider. Yep, we're ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to target shear a landing, lock it, and drive towards it. Now we have to be very careful when we're driving because we're only on a 0.1 or 0.15 G planet, which means going over hills could send us into a little bit of a spin, so you want to keep it settled. The car, or Scarab, what do you want to call it, the SRV, is designed to keep it on the ground, so there's little thrusters that push it down. And if you do go up, you do have rotational and pitch, but you don't have yaw. And you do take damage from falling, so you want to be careful. You see that driving the 1K was not really that hard, but it will save our ship just in case things go very badly. The big thing here is to try to aggro the skimmers and bring them over the top of the hill over here. There they are. See them? That's one. That's two. I think there was a third one. There's the third one. Alright, we pretty much got it, and now all we have to do is get away. Alright, so we killed our 3 skimmers, and we are going to make... I mean, that mission, just for what we just did, look at how much it was worth. 164,000. You could buy a ship with 164,000. But the biggest problem... Oh wait, what's shooting us? Was there a ship here? Is there another skimmer still alive? We also should have gotten a bounty for each one of them. Well, there it is. It was another skimmer. We should get about 1,000 credit bounty for each skimmer that we kill. Oh, he went behind there? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, you could also go into a turret, which it's hard to drive when you're in the turret. The turret is a lot easier to kill these things with. There we go. We got a bounty gained, and we also got a... We got a bounty, and we also got... Let's see, I'll explain this. Yeah, right now we have a bounty of 1,400 credits in the Confederation of Dahan. Is that a... I think essentially we have a fine, right? No, we have a local bounty, 1,400 credits. of people that are going to try to take us out. Sometimes that says 23 hours and 59 minutes. Oh boy. I wonder if we could go back to that station just above here and pay that off. I doubt it, but I know fines you could pay off. I don't know if you could pay off bounties. See, some things I know, some things I don't know. Okay, but we're essentially wanted now, which makes it impossible for us to turn in some of our wonderful... Oh, wait. Yeah, we might not have a bounty off this planet. We got to take a look and see who that bounty is with. We can just die, which will incur a 27. It'll be like 3,000 or 4,000 for us to die, but it was that worth the money. That's the key. But I don't think you pay bounties off on death. You pay bounties off on being blown up. See, I don't know everything about the game, but I know enough to be dangerous. Well, harmless. Board the ship. And killing skimmers does go towards your rank. Okay, so we should be somewhere around 40 or 50% to the rank right now. 45%, see? So it did count. Now, just in case there's any weapons over there, I'm going to take off. I'm going to stay below the hill. And I'm going to try to get some distance. And I'm going to put 2 pips into each engine's... I need my lights on. Don't need my system map on. And now I could boost out of here. I think I'm far enough away from that area where they can't shoot me if they did have lasers. I don't think they have lasers though. So we're good. Now we're going to go back up to that Metalworks place. And then we'll end at Dayon Gateway. Or Freeport, sorry. Alright, so let's get up there. We are wanted, so people will try to blow us out of the sky. So we got to be very careful at this point. We're not carrying anything. Oh, we have to align with escape velocity. Gonna escape vector. Alright, we're going to end this pretty fast now. Just one more single stop in between us and our final destination. So we're going to try to get to this and see if we can pay off that bounty. That's all. Seemed like if there was a place that we were going to do that, this was going to be it. Alright. So trying to get ourselves up out of, there we go, we're out of the main gravity well of the planet. So we're going to start gaining altitude pretty quickly. So you have surface, drop, and orbital cruise. Those are the 3 different places that you could fly. So close to the surface, in that glide area, and then orbital cruise. Once you get through those 3, you pretty much have most of the speed that you're going to get. You see how we're going faster and faster as we get higher and higher above the planet. So, or above this moon. So we have 2 million meters to get to Dayon 3. Metalworks. And we are going to land here. And again, I'm going to boost towards it. We should be able to contact it and request docking. Alright, that's good. Alright. Now we have to find where we're landing. I think that's where we're landing, actually. Not 100% sure, but we're going into 2. That might be 2. It looks like it's next to the tower, so it's probably 2. Don't want to come in too fast. If it was a orbital, one of the Orbis or Coriolis stations, we would have to come in a little bit differently. But here, I think there's no security, no weapons that are going to kill us, so... Not unless you open up on them, at least. Okay, so we're coming down. And good. Let's see if we could pay this fine off here. I can't tell you if we can or not. So contacts, no fine that we could pay. What about interstellar factors? Nothing. That is disappointing. Authority contact. There's no way to pay that bounty off. Alright, so this one was actually... let's go to the place where we got this mission. This bounty will turn into a fine in 23 hours. Or upon death. When you die, you'll repurchase the parts of your ship that you paid extra for. Alright, I'm just going to get out of here. And we are going to go, and you will pay all bounties and claims against you when you come back too. We'll go back to Nelson Works. Get the money for this. And then possibly call it. So let's get there. Alright. Mass locked still. Just one jump, good. Now we can jump out there. I'm going to pick up a heatsink launcher and try to sneak into Freeport. I'll show you that. I mean, this ship is pretty much below the heat signature of most other ships. So if we go into silent running and have 2 heat sinks, we should be able to sneak into Freeport with no problem. We're going to try it. And if we get blown up, we're just going to be right on the surface below Freeport, so we could just pay our fine and take back off again. Otherwise, that's where we'll end it, and I won't do another video for 24 hours anyway, and that will mean that we could pretty much pay off our fine the next time we come on. We're going to avoid all signal sources, because if authorities come in at this point, they're probably going to see unwanted and fire on me. And over here you'll see 23 hours and 51 minutes. Not bad. But that skimmer job was worth the money because it really did move us right up into the price range of the next ship in the line for us. Oh, by the way, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you watch me on Star Citizen, you know I'm a shipaholic. I love ships. I'm probably not going to sell any of my ships, so I'm probably going to have ships following me all over the galaxy, and I'm probably going to keep each and every one of them kind of like a collector, like Jay Leno keeps cars. So by the time we get through this playthrough, I'll probably have 8 or 10 ships, maybe more. God knows when the crate comes out, I'm going to want that. Crate is also a throwback to the original. It was the Pinnacle Fighter, I believe it was back then. But in this universe, in this day and age, the Crate is going to be a multi-person ship. Okie dokie, coming into Nelson Works. Now, the good news is, for those of you that are my patrons, you will be able to fly with me anytime in here or Star Citizen, of course. You'll be able to join my Discord. But why I'm saying this is if you own the game and you want to come flying with me, the next ship that we get will be a multi-person ship, so you can actually just tag along. At least one of you can. Alright. Let's get into Nelson Works. And then when we get down there, we'll grab one of those heatsink launchers. If they had it there. I don't remember seeing it, though. So Nelson Works is where we're going to get lots of money. And then if we get blown up going into Freeport, it's just c'est la vie. You know, we needed the 164K more than we needed the clean criminal record. Alright, there we go. Passing Freeport. Pretty excited that not one of the System Authority vessels have tried to stop us yet. And this is a high-sec area, I believe. And alright. Let's get on the other side of this planet. And pull back a little bit. We're letting the atmosphere, which it has none of, but the gravity well, slow us down a little bit. There's dropping from orbital cruise, and there's our glide. Just about where I normally intercept it, which is like somewhere around 105 kilometers. Alright. Let's just ride the wave of... the gravity wave, I guess it is. I don't know what to call it. They make it look like atmosphere is going by. But we are wanted. I wonder if they're going to kill us. I mean, they're the ones that sent us there, right? Let's keep it going. Keep it going. We'll see if they let us land. We did have that whacked landing. Was that today? I can't remember if the whacked landing was today where we were upside down. That might have been another day. I might not have recorded that. That would have been fun to put on here. Alright, so insufficient. I'm going to keep it. We're going to shoot down towards them. 7.5 is when we can start our major descent. We have 43% heat right now, which I'm not good with. Where are they putting us? Oh, all the way over there. So we're going to pull back on the heat a little bit here, and we're going to get ready for... So do I see 4? Oh, I see 4. I see 4. So can I get there on silent running? We're going to go silent in a second. How many kilometers are we away? 3? Going to silent running. Landing gear down. And we will set ourselves right down right now. So 67, 70%, 72%, 80, 87. Right now I would have had a heatsink launcher and we got ourselves down. So we're going to go to Starport Services. We're going to repair all the modules that might have started to fry, refuel, go to the mission board, get our 100 and some odd thousand. How do I have 136,000 already? That's just amazing. We have 301,000. What?
What?
We have 301,000 credits to purchase a new ship. Now, since we've landed here, we are not going to be able to clear our record. That we already figured out. There's no way to get that done. So we are going to go back up to... Freeport and see if we can do the same thing. But we're going to try to go into outfitting, get a heatsink launcher, and try to sneak into this one station. So we're going to throw utility mount on here. Browse the shop. And do we have we have a heat sink launcher. So we are going to make this into Freeport as quickly as we can. We have about 3 minutes to get this done, and then we'll end this. Basic discovery scanner. There we go. And Freeport is just above the planet. Oh, it's Dan's Gateway. Why did I think it was Freeport? I was right. Dan Gateway. 29.9 million meters. Should not be that long in this ship, and it's almost perfectly situated above us. Let's just boost up towards it. Landing gear up. Let's boost. Boosting towards it. Just a second. Okay, let's we're out. Let's get. There we go. Perfect. Now we just have to stay on a positive. Alright, where is it? It should be right there. And there it is. And there's the mail slot, so we just have to come up above it a little bit. And let's turn off orbit lines, because they're throwing me off right now. Alright, we're out of the surface. Picking up speed now. And we should be able to sneak right in. And we'll end this and begin the next episode with getting our first new ship. 300,000. I don't even know where I got the 300,000 from. Look at that. We have 297,000. We're doing well. That one mission was killer. Alright. So lifting up. And we have at least a 10,000 credit mission to turn in when we get there. Okay, pull back. Alright, so we want to have the mail slot lined up for this run. And we want to make sure that we have the heat sink launcher online. What do I have for the fire groups of the heat sink launcher? I'm going to go to heat sink launcher on 1. Oh, there it is. We're there. We should be almost lined up. Yeah, we should be. Good. Alright, so now, here comes the hard part. Here comes the hard part. Alright, so we're going to ask to land. And we're going to go dark. Going dark. 01. We got to land close, so we're good. So as soon as the heat starts going up, we're silent running right now. As soon as the heat starts going up, we're going to launch a heat sink launcher. A heat sink.
We've lost your heat signature, Commander. Please acknowledge if you require assistance.
I think we'll be able to do this because we're landing on 1, which should be right here. I don't think I'll have to even launch a heat sink because they gave us 1. Oh, we didn't even have to launch it. We are amazing. And that was it. Let's go to Starport Services. Snuck in. I don't even know if we had to do that, but we did. I think if you're wanted, they may blow you up. Let's get this done, and then we'll call it. So, the missions that we're going to turn in right now, very quick and painless. It's the Welcome Commander mission that's going to give us 10K and talk about what we could do in the universe. And we've been talking about that ever since we started this long episode. And we're going to turn in the courier job available. And that should give us about 6,000, I think. Oh, 2,000. So we are well over, well, not well over, we're just over 300,000. We have more than enough for our first ship. I'm just going to go to shipyard, talk about that for a couple of seconds, and then we're going to sign off, and I'm going to run my kids home. So right now we have 3 ships we can buy. We have a Sidewinder, an Eagle, and a hauler. The one that we're going to be looking for is an Adder. And that is going to be at another space station. So we're going to have to leave here and go there in the next episode. So I will see you in 24 hours for our first purchase of a brand new ship. And the new, what is that going to call it? The new quest to outfit it and make it a baby explorer. Thank you for watching and listening. Don't forget to comment. And remember, if you want to help support the show, it's Patreon, Patreon.com/Batgirl. And I will see you soon.